Okay. Am I the apple? Am I the apple for getting into an altercation with my coworker over a game of MANCALA? Okay. You ready? So, I have been working in a beginner sales position for a small company where I met my coworker. Let's call her R. R and I quickly grew to become close friends and bonded over our shared love of F1, particularly Mercedes. There were little things that R would do that would annoy me. Most notably, she loved making little quips at me, whether it be about my appearance, like I don't dress for the male gaze, or my capabilities at work. Well, apart from that, we became close as our job requires a lot of social interaction, and our relationship also grew outside of work as well. It is important to note that I have severe anxiety and OCD, so it can sometimes make social interactions difficult. Well, anyways, about a week ago, we planned a board night for a work bonding activity. After a couple of drinks and a friendly game of cards, R and I headed over to the MANCALA game that was set up on a nearby table. For reference, MANCALA is a two-player game that has the objective of capturing the most beads on the board. This is done by moving the beads one space at a time and collecting them as you go until your beads land on an empty spot. Sorry for the bad explanation, but look it up, you'll get it. Anyway, when R and I started playing the game, I could tell she was a little drunk as the beads kept falling out of her hands. It's also worth noting that our regional manager was at this event, and R was in line for a possible promotion. Well, R very quickly began to move her beads and was in an early lead. However, when it was my turn, I took a moment to decide the best possible move by counting out how the beads would fall into the spaces. I assume R saw me counting under my breath, and she got upset, telling me that counting was against the rules. I argued that it wasn't against the rules. It was actually a very important part of the game and a good strategy. Next turn, I took an extra minute to count, and it looked like it was becoming a close game, and I wanted to secure my win. As soon as she saw this, she loudly yelled, "No counting!" I observed a couple heads turn and look at her, including our regional manager. Look, I admit that my pent-up annoyance from the past 6 months got the better of me, and I told her that counting is how you play the game, and if she thought counting wasn't allowed, she must be stupid and never learned how to count. She told me she couldn't believe I just said that, because, it's worth noting that she has mild dyslexia, which she had briefly mentioned to me before. Well, then she stormed out of the room in tears, and at this point, everyone else in the office had ceased playing their games and were intently watching our fight go down, including the regional manager. R has not come to work, and the rumor is that she is leaving the company. She's blamed me that I lost her the promotion, and she reported me to HR. So, am I the apple? I lost my best friend, and I might lose my job over a silly game of MANCALA. Am I the apple? Let me know.